The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, what a weekend for your Chicago Cubs. In a rain-delayed mess yesterday, they came out with the win against the Dodgers, and they take the series 8-1 yesterday, and then they take the series from the Dodgers, losing Saturday night, but won Friday where Case was there by himself on Friday's game afternoon.
There's nothing wrong with that?
There isn't. I'm sorry I keep saying that. Like, I should just say you went to the game. I keep saying you went by yourself.
Yeah, no, it's super mean, actually.
Well, then there is something wrong with that if you think it's mean.
Wait, so it's my fault?
It's your fault.
Is this what it's like arguing with you at home? My feelings were hurt, so it's my fault?
Was there anybody next to you, I got to say?
So, glad you asked.
Yeah.
My assigned seat, there was a family of like 7 next to me.
Okay.
And then to the right of me on the other side, there were a bunch of different groups of 2 or 3 people. But I shifted over one seat, so I was in the middle of 2 different vibrant groups of friends and family and people.
And no one said, so, are you waiting for your girlfriend or your wife or your friend?
No, I had headphones in. I wasn't.
Oh, you were that guy.
I was full Bartman.
Did you put your scorecard up and keep track there?
You know, I played baseball my entire life. I love baseball. I have never been able to do the paper scorecard. I can't follow it. I don't know. Now, they've got apps now that I should probably invest in because you can do score on the app, and I like that.
Well, that's cheating. You got to have the card.
The card, I can't do that.
So, Shota Imanaga has now 10 straight scoreless innings to begin his career with 12 Ks and no walks.
That's incredible.
He is fun. He is likable. He's amazing. Screw Ohtani. I'm glad we got Shota.
I can just only imagine him in a White Sox uniform and what that might have been like.
Cubs are 6-3 on late baseball tonight at the Padres. Speaking of your White Sox case, they lost to the Royals 5-3 and are now 1-8. So not only is Luis Robert out for about a month, the White Sox to this point have scored 13 runs through 8 games. That's the fewest number of runs they've scored through 8 games since 1968.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
The Sox have been shut out 3 times already. I'm not dumping on the Sox, but these are the facts you need to know. These stats.
You're only reading facts. There's nothing. I'm the White Sox fan in this room. There's nothing you've said that's incorrect or unfair.
I got more.
Oh.
As it stands, the White Sox own the league's worst batting average as a team, 177. The fewest hits, 43. The fewest RBIs, 12. And the 6th fewest home runs, 7. Not a lot going right here on the South Side.
No, Robert is hurt. Jimenez is hurt. Moncada is a ghost. Andrew Vaughn is a disappointment.
But we new stadium's coming.
Oh, thank God. I
tell
can't
ya.
wait to pack the place.
I'll tell you what, the Cubs threw a little bit of, without doing it directly through shade, talking about how they spent $1 billion of their own money to redo Wrigley Field and the neighborhood, whereas the Bears and the Sox are trying to get state money or taxpayer money. I say you can't get any money until you win something. And by winning something, you win it all. If you're not first, you're last. You got to win a title before you get any money from us. I'm not saying I don't want a new Bears stadium, because I do. But when you have billions, spend that. We're still paying for the old Soldier Field renovation. We're still paying for U.S. Cellular Field's renovation. We're still paying for that on the taxes. Boy, did I eat out a lot this weekend. I spent a lot of extra tax money. There was these fees. I ate out like 6 different times at little places.
Why are you yelling at me?
I can't believe that they want the arrogance, that they want taxpayer more money to build a stadium in a fake neighborhood, 78 for the Sox, and the Bears to build it maybe in the parking lot next door to Soldier Field. Build it yourself. I will come when you build it yourself. I will not come if you're taking my money for it. I will not do it.
Wow. First of all, bravo. Well done to you. That was incredible.
I'm exhausted. I got to go home. I just want to get my solar eclipse glasses and lay in the grass and watch it today.
You said a team has to win something for them to have a new stadium. What's the statute of limitations on that? Can we roll over that 2005 World Series?
2005? It's 19 years ago.
I know. I didn't know if the year was if it was a 20-year statute of limitations.
I mean, the Cubs are 2016. I still wouldn't take that, even though they're not moving anywhere. The Bears were coming up on the 40th anniversary of the 85 Bears. 40th next year.
And it's been 25 years since the Bulls won a title? 1998?
Yeah.
26 this year.
Thank God they don't want a new arena.
No, they don't want anything new. They want to keep all the same old players they've had, too.
Well, listen, I'll tell you something. And a team that's not doing well either, but did the best thing ever this weekend, your Chicago Blackhawks. We talked about it last week. I made sure you wanted to watch it. I was out running around. It was a beautiful day Saturday, but got home just in time at 2:30, I think, 2 o'clock for the Blackhawks Stars game. The first ever animated real-time sports telecast. So on NBC Sports Channel Plus, you saw that Blackhawks Stars game animated in real time. Who's doing that?
Well, I would love to know because if anybody has watched, the NFL has dipped into doing the Nickelodeon
Yeah, the
simulcast.
Nickelodeon stuff, yeah.
It's very similar to that, but all the players kind of look like they were in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoon. Because everything was fully animated.
It was unbelievably well done. Bravo, Chicago Blackhawks. It was fun. It was incredible the amount of stuff going on besides the game that they animated ready to go.
I got totally sucked into it. I thought the entire thing was a home run.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they won.
And they beat the Dallas Stars, who are a great team. Now, had a little trouble yesterday against the Wild.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble.
They beat the Stars. I mean, that's no slouch.
I'm not worried about the record. You keep animating games, I'm watching all of them. I don't care. I must have cost a fortune. I'd love to know someone from the Blackhawks, if anybody knows they're listening, because otherwise, why wouldn't you just do that every game?
Well, I think it was something to do with AI. I think AI animated it. Normally, I'm very much against AI because it takes away jobs from people. But this is pretty cool.
If AI does that, I'm all in on AI. Take my freedom.
Oh, I don't know.
Just give me animated Blackhawks games.
I feel like that's going to age really poorly in about a year when AI is doing your job.
Flash forward to me living in a box under Lakeshore Drive. South Carolina and the women's basketball, unbelievable Friday with the Final Four. And yesterday's game outlasted Caitlin Clark in Iowa. The NCAA title goes to South Carolina. Damn, their team was big. They're tall. Got that girl 6'7", Cordano, and unbelievable Cardoza, I'm sorry. But Caitlin Clark dropped 30, wasn't enough. I've been all in on it. It's so cool. Caitlin Clark should stay in college, play one more year, make $30 million.
Well, she's not going to do that.
She's going to go to the WNBA, and everybody's going to forget about her.
She's declared for the draft, and it's interesting. You know, I'm from Indiana, so I was watching the Indiana Pacers game last night. Throughout the game, constantly advertising Indiana Fever season tickets. I've been watching Pacers games my entire life. They've never done it like this before.
Right.
The buzz is real for our neighbors in Indiana.
It's going to be, I want to make that road trip, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that now, but I'm not going to drive 3 hours for a basketball game.
No, you can't make the 15-minute walk to Wrigley half the time.
So Purdue beat NC State. So tonight, you get that final game. That's the first time Purdue's made the men's NCAA final title game since 1969.
That's
a lot of
incredible.
1968-69 stuff with the White Sox and Purdue. I'm not on the relation there.
Well, take us back, baby. It's the good old days.
So that's tonight at 8:20 on TBS, or you can stream it on Paramount Plus. 8:20? How about 7? What the hell, man?
Well said, Brian.
Come on, man. Jeez.
How about 7?
We leave you with this. Ozzie Guillen talking about, well, obviously his White Sox a little bit and how players that are unhealthy can play better than these new athletes today.
Yeah, what we saw was Luis Robert go down with an injury. Luis Robert very fit, very healthy, very into conditioning, and Ozzie Guillen had this to say.
Like I always say, John Krug say, fat, never pull.
You can't pull fat.
Nope. I remember those guys go here drinking 2, 6, 7, 12 Budweiser, give me 3 hamburger and go get it, boys.
Didn't go on the injured list.
And they play all year long.
Ozzie Guillen. Yes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, reminder, we will have Clash with Kenzie coming up at 8:10 for a chance at Glass Animals tickets. So be here for that. In the meantime, it's time for Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of what we talk about, what we chop up here, based on the headline alone. So we have 2 headlines. You text in 312-591-8300 of the story you want to hear more about. Remember, we will never talk about the other story again, so choose wisely. Headline number 1. Victims describe, quote, nightmare after mother-daughter duo allegedly gave them illegal butt injections. A nightmare butt injection.
I think they're playing Riot Fest this year.
All right, so if you want to hear more about that story, hold on, because you have to hear the second headline before you make your full decision. Headline number 2. Customer shoots Chipotle worker over guacamole dispute in Michigan.
Oh, another dispute leading to gunfire. That's unfortunate.
Another one over guacamole. I will say their guac is great.
I'm not a guac guy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's shocking to hear.
Why? Once on my fat ass?
No, that just seems like everything fun you repel. Like, why don't you like guacamole?
I just don't like the way it tastes. I don't think you're a bad person if you like guacamole.
Do you like avocados just in general?
No, I don't like
so you don't like any
avocado.
of it?
Yeah. It's an unappealing vegetable to me.
You ever put a sliced avocado on a burger or guacamole on a burger?
No, that seems like it would ruin the burger.
No, it's delicious. It has a creamy effect to it, a little bit like mayo, but it's a different flavor, obviously.
I don't want that.
Okay. I don't know why I'm trying to sell you on it.
I don't know why either.
I should accept it.
Avocado money I don't know about? Are you big avocado?
Hey, we all got to have a retirement plan somewhere.
I guess.
I have 7 avocado trees. All right, so you decide which story we chop up here at 312-591-8300. Text in headline number 1 or headline number 2. One more time. Headline 1. Victims describe, quote, nightmare after mother-daughter duo allegedly gave them illegal butt injections. Or headline number 2, customer shoots Chipotle worker over guacamole dispute in Michigan.
Huh.
That's never the right answer. We'll get to whatever you want to hear. You decide the content right after this. About 3 minutes away, Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Head to headlines. Based on the headline alone, you guys decide the content at 312-591-8300. We gave you 2 headlines. Let's go through them again. I'll tell you who won here in a second. So, headline number 1 was, victims describe, quote, nightmare after mother-daughter duo allegedly gave them illegal butt injections. And headline number 2, customer shoots Chipotle worker over guacamole dispute in Michigan. Now, I feel it was pretty much a landslide, headline number 1. And I feel that people think the second headline probably tells the whole story, even though it's disturbing. And, you can just, I don't know what the dispute was over in the guacamole, because Chipotle guacamole is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's fresh every day.
What are you doing, ads for Chipotle now? I don't know if it's fresh every day.
It's definitely fresh. They do a great job over there.
Okay, I'm sure they do. I thought headline number 2 might win just because I'm sure for some people it's relatable. Not that they have shot somebody over a guacamole dispute, but that they'd want to shoot somebody over a guacamole dispute.
The only thing I'd be upset about is if it's brown, because it gets brown if it's... Guacamole ages fast. Mm-hmm. You got to eat it like almost on the way home. And then secondly, if I didn't get enough... There's nothing worse than running out of guac when you still have chips left.
That seems like a you problem. You need to eye it better.
Well,
I'm pretty good at evening things out by the end of my condiment run.
I'm not. And I'm telling you that give me more so I can just enjoy myself and not stress about how many chips I have left. But anyway, that one's gone. Sorry, we'll never talk about it. We'll never know really the story there because headline number 1 won. You guys voted for the content. Victims described, quote, nightmare after mother-daughter duo allegedly gave them illegal butt injections. So, let's get into it. This happened in Cypress, Texas. 4 Texas women have come forward telling Houston police horror stories about the injections they got from a woman who was busted on Wednesday for illegal butt injections. I gotta say, we're
gonna take a pause here.
Let's just stop right there. If I'm getting butt injections,
and you need them,
I do. I have no butt. I have it's a back with a crack. I have my tramp stamp mustache right above the crack, and that's about it. Just a little patch of hair.
Amazing you're married.
So I do need them. I'm going to the best person. I'm going to save money. I'm going to drive Uber on the weekends. I'm going to build up some cash to go to the best person to make my butt. Because you can't hide it. And I just want to go to the best person. We'll get to the story and see what happened and how they got duped, but I'm not skimping on butt injections for the money. I know they're expensive, I've heard.
I need somebody to say that. I'm not skipping on butt injections for the money. Heard that, Brian.
Yeah, just, if I'm doing it, I'm going all in, I'm doing it right.
But I don't think everybody has that luxury.
I understand
not
that.
Not everybody lives in the big city with great plastic surgeons.
I get it. But then don't get butt injections.
Well, some people need them.
Well, I need them. I don't have... Look at me. I'm sitting on it right now. It's flat.
I know. It's disgusting.
I know. Because I don't have a butt injection person. I don't know if Dr. Dan did that. Did he do butt injections?
I think Dr. Dan did butt injections.
If he's listening, you call up there and let us know about that because I'd like to know more of a plastic surgeon about butt injections, but I'm not doing it. I'm not skimping. I'm not doing it if I can't afford it, or I'm going to do it and pay for the best. Okay, so we'll see what happened here. ABC 13, arrested was Consuela Marie Delbo, 56 years old, of Delbo, and her 18-year-old daughter, Isabella Delbo. They were arrested in an undercover Houston police sting. So they believe the woman traveled the country doing injections. An undercover officer paid $6,000.
It seems like too little for a butt implant.
I don't know. That's a discount. So how much do butt injections cost?
I would think 10.
If any of our listeners have gotten a butt injection, please call 312-591-8300. We can't say please enough.
No, I beg of you. Hands and knees.
So both women were charged with practicing medicine without a license.
That's what they got arrested for?
I guess, because these complaints from these other women saying well, it'll get more in the story, I think, about it, but I've also never asked a doctor to see his license. I know they have it on the wall, but you just got to go over it. It's usually like a picture in the Bahamas, then you maybe see the license. So is it standard practice to say, before you inject that into my butt, can I see your license, please?
I feel like doctors would get really pissed if you did that. Like, you would question who they are, what they've done. I feel like doctors would have a lot of, do you know who I am?
I agree. My brother's one. I think he would do that.
I agree.
He's like, what are you, okay, fine, I'm not going to do it then. They'll say something like that. Or they'll do a poor job because you asked.
That's true. Doctors hold so much power.
Oh.
I know 99.9% of them are great people.
Yeah.
But man, do I worry about seeing a crooked doctor.
Well, they went through a lot of school, and you didn't go to it. It's kind of like going to a mechanic that's good, and you don't know what the hell's going on with the car.
I can barely turn on my car.
Yeah. Let alone your butt.
Preach.
All right, so the investigation started with the FDA, the federal, that's the Drug Administration, right? Federal
Yes.
drug. The DA's office said on Friday officials were looking into imported injectables. Two women who say they were former clients of Dalbo said they've been injecting people for over a decade at $6,000 a pop at least. They're cleaning up.
Here's what concerns me. We just asked people with butt implants to check in. Jonas from Valpo checked in.
Yep.
Do you want to take a guess on the price of their butt injection?
Well, if the discount one is $6,000, I'll just go double and say 12.
Oh, you wish. $26,000.
What?
For a butt injection in Valpo.
And what the hell is it going to be in Hinsdale? Well, I want to know more. Please call up. Who was that checked in?
It was on 219.
219er. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I understand why people are getting it from $6,000. Still don't do that, though, because what happened here is very bad when you see the rest of the story. Now, they've been injecting people for over a decade. She showed me pictures and said she travels to do strippers and lawyers.
Really?
Just strippers and lawyers.
Both of them?
She does lawyers and teachers. The 32-year-old mother who asked to remain anonymous said she does everybody. Okay, strippers and lawyers and teachers.
Well, those are the Holy Trinity.
That's
We all end up with one of the three.
That's the top three getting butt injections.
You would think every person that sleeps with a woman out there, whether it's a man or woman, and in that case, has slept with a stripper, a teacher, or a lawyer at some point in their life.
Yeah, facts. Okay. In 2022, she said she wanted her backside enhanced. So she went to Dalbo at her home. That's to be the first sign right there. You're going to someone's home to get your butt improved? I mean, come on. She said she had a room set up with a procedure and injected liquid into her body from big brown bottles.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Again, red flag?
You would think.
I mean, 6 months later, she regretted it. That's what it says. Seriously? I mean, I get that price difference now, and plus it's not required surgery, so I'm sure there's no insurance coverage on that $27,000 our listener did.
No, I would imagine not.
She said she also injected her lips. Ugh, from the same needle and bottles?
Well, maybe not the same needle.
Oh, God. She said the side of her butt would get really red and sore to the touch. I'm pretty sure it was infected. Right now, it feels like marbles all over her butt.
Oh, ew.
I know.
What a specific description, too. I don't like that.
Think about touching it's all hard, like marbles.
Yeah.
Like a bag of marbles your butt is. I'm sorry, this poor woman.
I don't want a hard butt.
No. Well, I would like a hard butt, but flat. It's flat, smooth, hard butt.
But butts are kind of supposed to jiggle a little bit.
They can jiggle if they're hard.
I don't want a rock hard butt. I want to slap stone when I'm back up in there.
I want Megan to bounce a quarter off my butt and it hits the ceiling. Just for once in her life, can this woman get a break? Good Lord. Okay, so these women did this forever. In 2010, she got calf injections from her. Thinking about Johnny Drama and Entourage. Calf injections, butt injections, lip injections. They all call it a nightmare. And then they asked ABC 13, it says, in Houston, wanted to ask the mother and daughter about the accusations. They have no attorney of record. And they went to their home, and Isabella, the daughter, responded with an obscene gesture. I guess that means the finger?
I would assume that means the finger.
Didn't inject that anywhere, did you?
Nope.
Both former clients warn about the dangers of using someone that's not licensed. Yeah, I agree. We've made that pretty clear here. They've also been charged with a controlled substance. So they had an undercover officer go and pay the $6,000, then they stopped right before the procedure.
Oh, they didn't get the surgery even after going undercover?
She probably should have got the surgery for free before they arrested her.
Just to see what's up. Maybe they did a good job with her.
Who knows? Maybe they just screwed up one.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
100 before her.
Because if you go on like an undercover drug bust, you should buy the drugs.
You always see that, like in Blow, the movie Blow, or TV shows.
I've actually seen the movie Blow, so I know what you're talking
What?
about. Yeah, well, Ethan Suplee's in it. I'm a big Ethan Suplee guy.
Oh my God, that's the movie you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay, just for reference point, Case hasn't seen any big movies. And that's not the biggest movie, it's a really good movie.
I agree.
But they always have a way to, sneak in the blow or whatever. And I mean, you can't really sneak in a butt implant injection, but
Not if it's done right.
probably should have done that. So she's accused of giving the undercover officer also anti-anxiety drugs before the procedure.
Wow.
So obviously, because they saw brown bottles there, something you're going to inject your butt with. Good Lord. Homeland Security also investigating, and then we'll continue with the story, and that's the end. But boy, it's a pretty sad ending to that butt.
You know what's wrong? This is a bad thought to have, but it's the thought I have now. We've seen butt implant prices go from $26,000 all the way down to $6,000. Now I want to know the cheapest butt implant I could get.
I don't know.
I think I could get one for under $1,000. If I go to Craigslist right now, I bet I can get a butt implant today for under $1,000.
Please, if someone has gotten a butt implant. Now, we did talk about our listener who checked in there from Valpo, Jonas, $26,000. Case asked on the text line, was it worth it? And I guess, is Jonas a woman?
I don't know.
I'll say I don't know. Either way, they said, no, it fell out. What is that horror? Does that mean the liquid came out of the butt?
I just imagine the whole butt falling off like a landslide.
It's like a Ren and Stimpy episode, like the butt just fell out. Oh my God, terrible.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Now we'll get to that final piece of garbage madness matchup in a second here, which will be live on all of our social platforms. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Eclipse day is upon us, and it's a lot sunnier. They kept saying, it's going to be cloudy. You're not going to see crap. Well, look at it. It's pretty nice out. Man, right now, the sun is sitting there just waiting. Sitting there, it's kind of like a Tinder date.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the sun's nervous?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the sun's like, am I going to like this moon?
God, that's so funny. I never even thought about that. This is like a big day for the sun.
Yeah. And the moon, too.
Of course. Wait, why is it a big day for the moon?
Because the moon's going to block
That's right.
the sun.
I almost asked the dumbest question I've ever asked.
You see, the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon. So how could it block it out? It happens to be 400 times further away. It exactly matches up where the moon can block the sun.
Isn't that amazing? We live in the right spot where that exact thing can happen.
Getting back to our first point, do you think the sun thinks it's going to get any today?
Do you think this is like hooking up for the sun, or because the sun is normally the center of attention.
The sun's the big deal.
It's the big D.
Yeah.
Vitamin D. Sunny D.
Hell yeah.
Do you think it's pissed that it has to share the spotlight with the moon? Or is this I want to know what the sun feels like. Can we call the sun?
Well, you're the producer. You could have booked the sun today. I'm sure there were a lot of requests.
Can I book a member of the Phoenix Suns and maybe they can give me some insight?
And try it. What other suns are there?
Devin
Phoenix
Booker.
Suns?
Oh, yeah, Devin Booker.
Yeah.
What other sons are there in life?
Sons of Anarchy?
Sons of Anarchy?
Any of the cast of the
What
Sons
are
of
the other
Anarchy?
sons? Is there a band with sons?
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, there's Black Hole Sun. We could call the other members of Soundgarden.
Oh, they won't pick up our call.
I mean,
They're busy.
Kim Thiles from Park Ridge. Maybe he has a house there still. I don't know. Well, there's sons.
I want our text line to light us up with what are the other suns out there?
To get the sun's perspective on this, does it like being sea-blocked by the moon today? Like, the sun rules throughout the days, especially now in Chicago in summer and spring. The sun gets, big highlights.
Yeah, the sun kind of has an ego to it.
Yeah.
Sunburn.
Yeah.
That's intense.
I mean, is the moon just looking for some, dinner girls got to eat?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to block out the sun today? I don't know. I mean, come on. Damn sun, damn moon. I wonder who is more nervous. I think the sun.
I can't stop thinking about the sun being nervous. That's so funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big day. Everybody's looking up. If you screw it up.
If they go too fast, they're going to ruin everybody's day.
Yeah, or they miss.
Yeah, exactly. If they miss.
It's a miss. And
It's like, oh, you were over there? Oh, I thought you were going to be over here.
I drove all the way to frickin' Indiana for this? Sat in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for this crap?
Mumford & Sons.
Oh, come on. How could I not think of that
Silver
one?
Sun Pickups.
Silver Sun Pickups. Good.
I love our text line. This is Sanford & Son.
Great show. Very good. Okay, we got a lot of sons. Okay.
James & Sons.
James, what the hell? How
And
did
we're
I
the
think of
Diamond Ring
James
Studio,
and Sons? All right, we got a lot of sons we can get in charge of here.
Sun tickled by that. All the sons.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, listen, it starts around 12:50, the partial 94% eclipse in the Chicagoland area. We do have Anna, one of our spotters. She's out there on the path. She'll check in. We'll probably with Lauren later on.
Should I try to call her right now, see what's up?
Yeah, I'd be curious to know where she is right now
Yeah.
in her journey.
Let me go produce the show. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, go do that. We couldn't get the real sun on, so instead we're going to get Silver Sun Pickups on and talk about it. 312-591-8300. I'm still looking for glasses, by the way, too. People say the libraries have them for free, and they don't open yet. So I wonder if it's going to be a mad rush to the libraries. I'm not trying to cause that, but I've heard the libraries have them. I know 7-Elevens have them as well. You have to buy some things at Sonic, too. So there's certain places that have these. I remember 2017, they sold out quick. They were gone, those glasses. I didn't plan. Being the space nerd here, I should have had it taken care of. So check in with us at 312-591-8300 about the Suns.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.